All right. Back to what I was saying. So planning your goals for this week. So it's going to be personal to you and what your business needs. Let's say you are all set on all the things and you're like, yep, check, check, check. Personally, I always like to make VIP 800 my goal, 2 customers, 2 promoters, 800 in volume every single week. Some weeks I hit it, some weeks I don't, some weeks you double it, some weeks you don't. I mean, it's all up to you, but know yourself. If you're somebody that you're a mass enroller and VIP 800 is something you literally can do in your sleep, maybe bump it up and you want to start doing VIP 1600 every single week, right? Challenge yourself, but also make your goals realistic too. You don't want your goals to be so out of reach where you look at them and you're like, well, I can't do that. But you don't also want to look at your goals and be like, oh, I got that, right? Challenge yourself a little bit and know yourself too. Because sometimes people will make big, big goals and they'll get discouraged and they will get like all up in their head, where some people, the bigger the goals they make, the more they challenge themselves. So it's all going to depend on your personal preference and how you work. Okay. So we're going to take a couple minutes and go ahead and plan out your goals for this week, because that's going to help us plan our content and what we're going to talk about for the week. Also, this is the perfect time, you guys, to check in on your credits to see if you have any credits left for the month, and maybe you don't need them. This is the perfect time to see how many credits you have left, what type of promos you can offer, if you're going to offer any promos, that sort of thing as well. So take a couple minutes if you need to and check in on your credits. And you guys keep in mind, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat and I will keep my eye on the chat as well. But I also plan with you. So sometimes my head is down and I may miss something, or if the waiting room too, I try to keep up on all of it, but I plan with you guys as well. All right, guys. So now that you have your goals, you may have checked in on your credits. You can see what type of promos you want to run, free shipping, free sculpt, BOGO on Biotic and Balance. You can do stuff with the 2-week trial pack. I'm starting to do a little bit more with that. If you are somebody that is always offering 3-day minis and you're always offering the full trial pack and you want to spice things up, which is what I'm trying to do, I'm now going to start talking about that 2-week pack. So I'm going to run some different types of promos on the 2-week pack so that this way I can get them in on the 2-week. And then I'm also offering them once they're like, yep, I want the 2 weeks. I'm also saying, oh, and by the way, you can actually upgrade to a full month for X amount of dollars, depending on how much credits I'm using. So you have that option too, depending on what I'm doing. So I'm kind of trying to switch things up and get people on 2 weeks and just kind of add some new freshness to my content and so on. So now that you have your Oh, I just kicked my dog. Now that you have your goals planned out, we are going to go ahead and take a look at our week. Another thing I want you guys to do real quick, which I like to do this every single week, is do a little self audit on my social media. So if you are not doing this weekly, y'all need to start. Okay. If you are not doing this weekly, y'all need to start. Be the person, like I know a lot of times Lindsay will offer, or your upline will offer, like, hey, I can do a social media audit for you if you want, but you need to be doing your own audits, right? In the Limitless page, Linz has graphics of everything you need to look for while you're auditing. So this way you can kind of see my content, my cover page, my bio, everything. She lays it all out. So what I personally like to do before I start planning my week is I just kind of look over my grid. I like to make sure that my pictures kind of represent who I am. I make sure to not have just a ton of selfies, right? We talk about this every single week, and I'll talk about it every single week. If you are somebody that is just constant selfie, 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 right? I say this, Lynn's had to call me out and tell me to stop doing that. You need to switch things up and spice it up. Y'all, you don't have to be some crazy walking around with a photographer, okay? You can take cool content in your kitchen, in your living room, on a chair, by yourself, with a timer, with a little clicker thing. I use the video, right? You guys all know that. I use the video part where I put a video on and then I just go and do different poses. Then I come back to my video and I will just pause it on the places that I like different poses, screenshot it, and there I go. I have my stuff. So if you are somebody that has all selfies, I want you to ask yourself why. Why do you have all selfies? For me personally, before, it was because I was lazy with my content. It was easier to just snap a quick selfie and walk out the door, right? Post it. I was always posting on the fly. I was never planned. I never had content saved. So maybe that's you, and you need to make sure that this week you have a day of content. In a like 30-second video, you guys, that I do walking around and posing different ways, I can get up to 15 different still shots of myself. You can easily change up a shirt if you want, grab a box. You can change things up if you want to. I don't mind wearing the same thing. So it's completely up to you. But maybe you need to look at your grid and see what you need to post more about. Did you talk about the products? Did you talk about the business? Right? We are in a reel challenge, but are your reels also talking about the products and talking about the business, not just being funny or value, whatever you're deciding on with your reels? Are you also sharing and showing people that they can get a product and they also can get a business? Same with your stories. Are you in your stories talking about the products, talking about the business? Ask yourself these questions, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at our goals, and we're going to plan our week as well as kind of look over our content. So I'm going to kind of time block this one for like 5 to 7 minutes so that you can kind of look over things, see what you need. If you don't like looking at your own grid, think about other people, right? I think Casey said, if you don't even like listening or watching your own stories, think about other people. Like, I will rewatch my own stories, and sometimes I laugh at myself, like, girl, you are funny. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then there's times where I'm like, okay, I gotta bring something to this, to my audience, or to my whatever, right? So you gotta find what is you and who you are, but you need to also be self-aware and self-audit. So now with your goals in mind, maybe you wrote down how many credits you have, what you want to plan for the week, what, let's say you're going to offer a promo. I want you to plan your week around that. So maybe Monday, you're going to talk about the promoter side. Tuesday, it's, 1 p.m. Does your audience know what 1 p.m. is? Right? This is the same with reels and so on. So you guys, if you batch content, you probably already have something about the product or something about the business already done. So you literally can write product, business, however you want to work it. But if you're somebody that's like, I don't have anything ready, I need to actually get a bunch of stuff ready this week, then what do you want to talk about? Your fives list should be with you at all times. Either it's in here, it's in your phone, or it's on a piece of paper nearby when you're doing stuff. If you don't know what to talk about, you need to go into the Limitless or Hustling page, search fives. You need to watch that video and you need to get a fives list, because you should never be asking, what should I talk about? Because you have your fives list. If you're ever like, what should I do a reel about when it comes to the business or the products? Your fives list. If you're ever wondering, what should I go live about? Your fives list. Y'all see how important that is? It plays such a big role in your business. Lynn's has one about your fives and MJ has one about your fives in the Hustling page. So watch them. And your fives will constantly change, right? So keep adding to it. Mine is not just 5 things that I love about the business or 5 things that I love about the product. There's multiple. So y'all take a look at your social media, take a look at your goals, and I want you to start planning according to your fives what you want to talk about every single day. Now, it can be what reel you want to post out. If you're going to post twice a day, maybe you're posting a reel that's like funny, and then you're going to also come and post about the business. Sometimes I like to do that. If I throw up just like a personal funny reel, I like to follow it with something business or product. If I post a reel that's like business or product, sometimes I like to just post something personal, maybe an inspiration, something, if I want to post twice that day. Same with your stories. Some people like to plan out their stories, what they're going to talk about. I've done that before too, you guys, where I plan, like, I'm going to talk about home decor on Monday, and I'm going to do a poll about where should I hang this mirror. I'm going to do a try on haul because I got new stuff. Do you see what I'm saying? Going off of my fives. So let's take a few minutes and let's start planning our week. If you guys have questions, let me know. This is also a great time, you guys, do you need to check in with anybody? Check in with any team members on VIP. Check in with just any team members, period, that are closing out the month, close to rank, right? We're getting basically the last week. Is anybody close to hitting 4K for the first time, hitting 12K, 40K, 80K, that sort of thing? So checking in on your promoters, checking in on anybody on VIP, checking in on customers, right? Do you have customers that ordered from you last month or at the beginning of this month where they've been now thriving for a couple months? Are you checking in with them? Do you have anybody on trial packs that you need to check in with? Same goes for like personal life too. Is there anybody like personally that you're like, "Ooh, I need to check in with that person." I write everything down, you guys. I don't leave it up to my brain to try to remind me because it'll remind, like I'll wake up at 3 a.m, like, oh shoot, you forgot to check in with so-and-so. Like that's not a perfect time to check in with them at 3 a.m, right? So I write everything down. Like if I talk to somebody in my stories, let's say I'm having interaction and engaging, and somebody is like maybe sick or their kid's sick or something like that, I will write down in a couple days to go check in on them. I'll write down their name and I'll like remind myself to go make sure they're feeling better or their kid's feeling okay. Or, you know, like so in like one of the person I was interacting with, like her kid fell off, I think broke the arm or whatever. So it was like, I reminded myself to check in, make sure she was holding up okay as a mom, that sort of stuff. You guys, these are like things that I put into my planner and I remind myself to do because time, like you can get busy. That's okay. I let you back in. Do you need to create new content? Whether that's pictures, whether that's stories, so on and so forth, right? Personally, I'm trying something a little bit new. So I'm just going to share it with you guys because I like to share my tips of my planning. So I'm starting to do where like I'm talking about the products where I'm more live face to face in my stories. And then I'm popping in a opportunity for business. Then the next day I'm talking about the business and talking about that kind of stuff. And I'm popping in a product like before and afters and so on. So this is like kind of a new rhythm. I'm just starting with myself. This way my stories are not just like slide, and that every other day they're hearing me talk about the products actual face to face, not just like, yep, I'm popping on this or I'm popping out that. Like Hasey was saying, I think it was last week, like go research our products. Like there's so much good in them. Like you can even just say like, oh my gosh, Chill has, I think she was talking about like ashwagandha or whatever, which is like very like up and coming, you guys, anything. And even like because I am autoimmunes, you always hear about ashwagandha and all that kind of stuff. So that type of stuff, like you could pick out and just go learn a little bit about our products and go talk about them. So if you are someone like me where you're just like, I don't know what's in them, they just work really well, like whatever, like that's me. You can still go to your reset resources in your back office. There's a PDF on every product and they make it super simple. You can literally just kind of read that, get the gist of it, and talk about it. Another thing I do, you guys, in my planner is I write down to keep myself accountable, even though I do them every single day. I have a checklist for my IPAs, my 3-2-1s, a reel, because I'm in the reel challenge. So I'm doing a reel every single day to read a chapter in my book. So I write down those types of things too, so I can check them off as I do them. It just holds me accountable, even though a lot of them are just things I do, right? But I just like to be able to check things off. Another thing I do as well, you guys, add your personal life. What does your personal life need to, right? Not just like all business. Do you need to do laundry, do returns? Do you need to clean up around the house? I write down everything. I write down my workouts. So my workouts are in here. So I know every single day what workout I'm doing. So I can hold myself accountable to my workout. I know what I'm going to be doing for my house. right? So I know like what I'm cleaning or what I'm organizing or something like that. That's in here too. My personal life and my business come together on my planner. I'm going to give you guys a couple more minutes to just like kind of keep planning. If anybody has any questions, let me know. But y'all, you can get as in depth as you personally need. So what works for me might not work for you, but find your rhythm and implement it, right? All right. And you guys, this is stuff that every single day, I say this every single week. Your accountability partner should be this right here, your planner. Because on the top, you write down your goals, right? You wrote down what your business needs from you, which in turn is what you need from your business as well, right? Because you want those weekly paychecks and so on. So your accountability should be you showing up for you, for your dreams, for your goals, for your family, for whatever, because those little goals that you wrote out on the top are what bring you that weekly paycheck or that time freedom or helping you towards those bigger goals and visions. So if you are somebody that you like, right, you sit with me on Sundays, you plan out everything, and then it's the end of the week and you're like, I never even looked at my planner. I didn't do all the things that I had the intentions for and so on. Show up for yourself, y'all. And I know it is easy to make us the last, like we will, it's proven that we will like be like for ourselves, we'll be like, oops, nope. But like if we're supposed to meet a friend at 2 p.m. for an appointment, if you guys weren't on Palooza when I think it's Gary John Bishop spoke about that, like you will meet a friend at brunch at 2 o'clock. And if they're late, it's like, hey, like the first time it's okay. The second time it's like, okay. The third time it's like, all right, like maybe next time let me know. I'll come a little bit later. But a lot of us, that's how we show up to ourselves. We show up late for our goals, for our dreams, for our planner, that sort of stuff. So you guys hold yourself accountable and allow your planner to be your accountability partner. So you can adjust as you go. Okay. When I write things down, you guys, I'm not like, oh, it's got to be this or nothing. Like tomorrow, I may say I want to talk about the products, but I may wake up with something so passionate on my heart for the business. I'm going to post about the business. Right. And I'm going to move the product to maybe another day. Maybe Tuesday, I was supposed to talk about the business. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to talk about the business today and I'll talk about the products tomorrow. Sometimes I follow things right on track, but sometimes I'll be like, nope, I need to go live. There's something on my heart about the products, but I was supposed to talk about the business, but I'm not going to force that because I'm feeling the products. I'm going to go talk about that. Right. So know that it's okay to like let your planner kind of have some wiggle room, but always showing up for it. So another thing that I like to do is at the end of every night, I like to sit down with my planner and brain dump. So if there's something from the day that I need to make sure I do tomorrow, I'll write it down. I write everything down. I have a notebook kind of similar like this that sits next to my bed. So I will brain dump if I'm laying in bed and I'm like, ooh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do that. I write it down. I brain dump constantly. So you guys, you can either brain dump in your calendar. I like to write it in my calendar and put little check marks. If that's not near me, I'll be in my phone. If I'm out and about and I remember I need to do something, I'll write it in my phone. I set a reminder to go off so that it'll remind me at 8 p.m. update calendar, and I put that in there. So different things like that have helped me. I'm going to read Sam's comment. Yes. I love that. So Sam put something that changed the game for me was content batching my captions too. If I feel super inspired by my self-development, I will brain dump it and turn it all into captions. Then I use them another day if needed. It helps a lot in busy seasons. That's such a good tip, you guys. Such a good tip. Y'all have like our phones have such like freaking amazing. Whoever like invented all this kind of stuff, like thank you, right? Let's just give a little gratitude to those makers. But in your phone, in your notes, you can be so organized, you guys. So like she just said, you can have a folder of captions so that in your notes, you always have captions. You can go in captions. If you need to keep stuff like, I don't do scripts, right? But there are some things that I do send scripted. What the 3 steps, like when I have a customer that got the 3 steps or trial pack, I don't type out how you do the 3 steps every single time. I have that saved. I have the packs saved, right? I don't type that out every single time. So I have things that are saved. That's in its own folder. I have like different things saved in different folders. You guys see my reminder just went off because I brain dumped last night at midnight of things I needed to do today. And it just went off. See, do you see what I'm saying about reminders? Thank goodness, because I totally forgot I had to do all that. Anyways, sorry, side note, it just popped up. Same with your photos, right? In your photos, for me, I'm an iPhone. You can have different folders, save things to different spots. So I have PDFs. So if you guys don't have this stuff handy, I have Thrive PDFs. So if people ever ask me, well, what's in the 3 steps? Like people that want to actually know, I have it right in there. Matt just posted in the limit, I think it was in the Limitless chat, things to have, like if people want to talk about the business part or thriving for free VIP compensation plan, and said save it in your photos under compensation plan. Save it there so that you always can just go right in and boop, boop, boop. You're not going onto the website, screenshotting it, sending it, have all of this kind of stuff figured out already. Yes, having the scripts. So, and then you guys, like I said, I have different folders. If I see content that I really love, like let's say somebody posted a story slide and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so good. I'm going to use Sam for example, because she's always got bomb story slides. I will screenshot it. I put it into a folder that's called Recreate, so that when I need help, I'll just go in there and I will get inspired from her stuff and put my own spin to it and post it. Right? So I will go and have like sessions at night where I recreate. If I see a before and after that somebody posted and I'm like, oh my God, that before and after is amazing, I save it to before and afters. I have before and afters in my phone. I have so many folders in my phone, you guys. So many folders. I have content folders. So this week, right? For this week, I will name it July 26th through August 1st. And I go throw a bunch of photos in there that I have not used, that have not hit my grid, so that I already have photos ready to roll. And I don't have to think about it. They already have my preset on them. I put my preset, everything's good to go. Boom. And I try to hit them off my 5s. I try to make sure there's one with my mug, one with my dog, one maybe with my family, one with when I was in Florida. So I'm going to post some community stuff, right? So then no matter what I'm talking about, I'm like, oop, I'm talking about community. Okay, I go to my folder. I see I got photos, grab that, good to go. I'm not then sitting there putting a preset on it, whatever. I do that all at night. You guys, I'll sit there, grab a photo preset. I have my preset saved. I think we talked about this last week, so I'll run over it real quick. I use Lightroom. I save my preset. I have 5 different versions of my one preset. So no matter what lighting I am in, I am able to hit my preset because I just kind of adjust the lighting because sometimes I'm in brighter light, so I need to tone things down. And sometimes I'm in darker light, I need to brighten things up. So it's already just saved. I go, I'm like, oh, that one looks good. Okay, boop, save, boop, save. Same with at night, you guys. I will scroll reels and save reels so that I know when I'm batching reels, which is what you guys should be doing, right? I can, in a 30-minute time block, batch a lot of reels. Y'all, you don't need a lot of time. And a lot of them are just recreating other people, like what other people are saying and doing. So at night, I like to kind of unplug. And to me, scrolling reels is unplugging because I find a lot of funny ones or cute dog ones that just make my heart happy. But then I'll run across like people from other network marketing companies or so on. And I'm like, ooh, I like that. I felt that. Or one of like, I'll see somebody's that maybe from our team that I didn't see. I'm like, oh, girl, killing it. And at that same time, I'm also like loving up on people. I'm still kind of interacting and stuff like that. But to me, I'm unplugged. And I'm also, I guess, doing homework for my business so that my reels are saved. My audios then are saved, right? Because I saved the reels, it saves the audios. I go right in. I just click that one. I'll watch it. I'm like, okay, cool. Yep. I know how I want to spin that to be me. Okay. Save the audio. Good to go. And then I have batched my reels. So I like to batch reels 2 times a week. It's personally what I do. So I'll batch like 3 to 4, batch 3 to 4, and then I'm good for the week. So just because I've lost many reels before, so I try not to get too ahead of myself because it's very heartbreaking when they leave you. So I try to only be ahead a little bit, but I'm always ahead. All right. Sorry, you guys. I feel like sometimes I get on here and but I want to give you guys tips and tricks and things to help you plan that have worked for me. And then you guys kind of go and find your own rhythm, right? We always talk about that. So now what we're going to do is you have your goals. So you feel good. You know what you're working for this week. You have your planner. You have your content already kind of planned out. So guess what? If you're somebody that's going to be busy, then like tonight, you should already be prepping for tomorrow. You should have your photo. You should have your caption. You can have what's going to go in your stories. You can have your content. You can have everything ready because you already know what tomorrow is going to bring. And let's say the next 3 days are going to be busy and you have an hour tonight that you can block out. Get your next 3 days ready. At least find your photo, maybe go create 3 quick reels, right? You can do that, y'all. I got faith in you. You can do that and you're ready to go. So you have your week, you know what you need, you know what's going on. The next thing is your Zooms, putting in your Zooms, right? So I personally, now what I do is I show you guys where you can find the Zooms. August 1st, which is the Sunday, next week planning will most likely be a recording. I will be out of town. And a lot of times we just do recordings. So it'll probably be a recording for the 1st. So just a heads up. And unless it gets covered, but I'll let you guys know, but kind of plan for a recording, which I post in the Limitless chat and I post in the 4K chat, and then it'll go on my YouTube channel as well. So you guys can check for my YouTube channel, and it actually will probably be posted like around Friday, Saturday. So it'll be up and ready early in case you guys want to plan early. So if you go into the Limitless page or the team page, at the top in your announcements, you can see the Zoom schedule. So everything will be there. Obviously, we switch over next month. So next month we'll change all the Zoom schedules. But what I want you to do is I want you to look at the work with me's and find at least 2 work with me's that you're going to get on and put them in your planner and hold yourself accountable to getting on those. Right? So whatever you want to do, maybe it's 4, maybe it's 5, maybe it's every single day. I personally, when it comes to my work with me, my IPAs are done on my own work with me time. I do my work with me. I do my IPAs at a certain time every single day. Right? So maybe that needs to be you too. Maybe it's 6 a.m. before the kids wake up, before work, all that kind of stuff. You're knocking out your IPAs. The rest of the day then is you're going to post, you're going to do your focused IPAs, so on. Because that's what I do. I do my full round of IPAs. The rest of the day is just my focused IPAs, which is 3-2-1s interactions. Is normally my focused IPA. So go ahead and find what work with me Zooms you're going to get on. Hold yourself accountable. Put them in your planner. So there are multiple different Zoom IDs. So just kind of, I know you guys are all going to see that. So the 979-180, those are limitless Zooms. So those are straight IPAs, right? All the other Zooms, 666-188-9698, that is going to be from a hustling. So anybody on our overall team that's going to be doing IPAs with you. And then the 263-617-4051, I believe is Brittany Dawn's downline. So somebody from her downline will be doing the IPAs with you. So just kind of a heads. I know some people like to know that stuff and why there's so many different ones. We give you all options. That's what we give y'all, options. And then the next thing is the team huddles. So y'all, Monday nights is Lynn's downline. So anybody is welcome to that. So it's Lynn's Zoom. Tuesdays at 8 p.m. is MJ. 9 p.m. on Tuesday is Christina Brill or someone from her team, or MJ, someone from their teams. Wednesday is the overall hustling team page. So some leaders posting that. Sunday at 9 p.m. is Brittany's, if I have this right. I get these two confused. And then 10 p.m., I'm not sure who hosts the 10 p.m. I want to say it's Sue, but I could be wrong. So don't quote me on that, you guys. All right, y'all, how do you feel? Do you feel ready for this next week? We're tackling the end of the month. You guys always hear Lindsay say how you end a month is how you start a month. I don't care what happened the last 3 weeks. I don't care what happened yesterday. If you've had a crap month, maybe you haven't been showing up for yourself the way you wanted to. Life happens. I get it, right? You can start today. You can start right now, and you can start this week, right? You can set the tone for what the rest of the month is going to look like, as well as what you are going to walk into August looking like. And one other thing I want to start doing, you guys, this is going to be new. So I better not forget. This is going to be a habit I need to remember. I want you guys to pick one habit this week that you want to focus on creating a habit, whether it be personal or whether it be business, whatever habit. And every single week, we're going to kind of just check in on that habit and add another habit. So by the end of the year, we are going to be oh my gosh, English is hard. We will have created many new habits for ourselves, but we're going to focus on one at a time. If you want to do more, do more. But I want you to pick a habit that you want to focus on this week, personal or business. Write it down. Hold yourself accountable, and we'll check in with each other next week. So you guys, I hope you all have an awesome rest of your week. I am always here if you guys need me, Christina Tammy. So if you need, let me know. I am from Michigan. I'm just going to read the chat real quick. Oh, yay. I'm so happy that you jumped on. Yes. So this hits my this takes a long time to load, you guys, so I apologize. I try to get it up as soon as possible, but this will um be uploaded to my YouTube channel probably very late tonight, if not tomorrow. So just in case, I'm off to celebrate my mom's retirement, so I won't be around all day. So it'll probably be late tonight, if not tomorrow. But I hope you guys all have a great rest of your week. Continue to plan if your planner still needs stuff. You guys, this is an ever flowing thing throughout your week. So I'll talk with you guys all later. Bye.